What's going on, everybody? Will Schuler, Realtor on the road. I know I'm a little late this week. It's been kind of a busy, crazy week, but I absolutely had to get on and talk about what an amazing weekend I had going with my buddy Ty to check out the Baltimore Ravens play the Dallas Cowboys in preseason action. So I mentioned on a previous video that my buddy Ty, who helps me with all of my digital stuff, shout out to his company, Digital Mayhem. Check him out. He was coming into town to do some work with some other clients, and he heard that the Ravens were coming to town to play the Cowboys and said that he wanted to take me out. I had intentions on going. Of course I do. I mean, it's the Ravens playing the Cowboys. Now, before I continue, I have to try to equate this to something that you all may be able to understand. Has anybody ever seen that episode of Friends when Chandler and Ross are just so excited because their buddy Gandalf the Party Wizard is coming into town?
It's Gandalf!
And they never know what's going to happen because of the crazy night that is bound to come with Gandalf. That's my buddy Ty. He tells me and he shows me that we've got basically like standing room only tickets. Fine with me. We're walking up to the entrance to the stadium. And as we're walking and talking, he says to me, so are you like wanting to watch this game? You know how the Ravens are in preseason. Are we watching this game or are we going to play? And I looked at him like a little befuddled, like play. I mean, I'd like to watch at least a little bit of the game. And he says, okay. As we're walking into the entrance, I'm on my phone. The next thing I know, we get through the entrance and I look up. We're not in standing room only. We are in like club level seating, surrounded by glass, like escalators and bars everywhere. And literally we're on like the 50-yard line. We can just step outside and we're right there. Some of the best seats available. And I just looked at him and I said, did you get us like club level seats? And he just smiled and went, no way, man. He somehow talked his way into the person at the gate, like letting us in to this restricted area. So I just kind of knew then that I was in for a night. And I looked at him and I just said, how did you do that? And he just smiled and winked. It was on from that point on. I mean, we watched a little bit of the game, but the majority of the game was spent trying to figure out how to get into places in Cowboy Stadium that we were really not supposed to be. So from the club level, there's an all-you-can-eat and all-you-can-drink section. Yep, we somehow found our way into that section as well. And, well, you can just kind of imagine how things went from that point on. Even from that area, which you'd think would be enough, there's these elevators that lead down to like the field level. And there are these security guards there, just making sure that nobody uses that elevator. It's really only meant to be used for people like bringing food up and down and things like that, like a service elevator. Well, I turn around after eating a hot dog and there's my buddy Ty in the elevator telling me to come on in. So I do. And we're in the elevator heading down to field level. And when we get to field level, it's just a bunch of different suites and stuff. So you really have to know somebody who knows somebody. And somehow just wandering through, we end up in the kitchen, like surrounded by people in chef's coats. And my buddy Ty talks to one of the cooks. And this cook literally uses his security badge and ushers us through the kitchen, down a hallway, through I don't know how many sets of double doors that he's just scanning, and tells us to get to the field, you have to go down that hallway and just keep on going. You'll cross the road and then you'll be in the field area. So at that point, we thought we were like, oh my God, we're golden. I personally think that this kitchen guy was just effing with us. So we end up getting into a place in Cowboy Stadium that I've never been, I didn't know existed. We were definitely not supposed to be there. We turn a corner, there's cops everywhere. There's security everywhere. And we're just looking like two complete idiots. So the security guard comes up to us and what do? Oh God, how did we get down here? Like we are so lost. We're just trying to find our friends up on the field level. And somehow I think we just came down too far. Like, can you please help us find our bearings? Just ridiculous. So he starts laughing at us. He calls over the main security guy. He comes through the cops and he ushers us back to the field level area near the kitchen where we were, I guess, supposed to be. Regardless, though, man, there's like a whole like underworld of Cowboy Stadium that I don't think anybody's even aware of. I saw it. Anyway, we get back to where we're not supposed to be. We end up in an area that we're at least more familiar with. And we go down this hallway and we can see the field access. And there's two security guards just standing there there, making sure people have the right tickets to get in. And at this point, I've gone full on Gandalf myself. I've had enough drinks in me that my no F's given switch is completely on. We walk up to the security and we completely fall into, man, I'm a diehard Ravens fan. I'm in town from Maryland. He's in town from South Carolina. He grew up a Cowboy fan. I mean, look at us. I mean, I'm wearing my Ravens jersey. He's wearing his Cowboys jersey. Like, is there any way you would let us in there just to get a picture by the field, please? Like, we'll be real. You can watch us do it. You can watch us do it. Just let us do it. We'll come right back. Sure as heck, we get all the way down. We take the picture, but we never go back up. And we end up just sitting in reserved seating. I mean, if we were any closer, we'd be on the Dallas Cowboys sideline, watching the Ravens tear up the Dallas Cowboys. It was one hell of an experience. I saw parts of Cowboy Stadium I had never seen before, and I still got to see one of the best views of the Baltimore Ravens I've ever seen. By far the best view I've ever seen of the Dallas Cowboys. It was a great time. So Ty, from the bottom of my heart, man, my Gandalf, thanks so much for a great evening, dude. It was absolutely awesome. And how about those Baltimore Ravens taking it to the Cowboys? Like I said, I never had any question, but it's only because I know how the Ravens handle preseason. They handle preseason like complete morons. I'm going to be honest. So many people get hurt all the time because they just never let up on the gas. I mean, I think the Ravens have like the record for the longest preseason win streak ever, which would be probably the dumbest record in NFL history to hold. And yeah, my boys hold it. So I knew they were going to win, but I was definitely not counting on the experience I got in watching them do it. It's going to be a good football season, guys. From what I saw, the Ravens and the Cowboys are looking pretty good if they can ever figure out this Micah Parsons drama. Talk to y'all soon. See ya.